Today, I come before you to talk about a new business strategy. It is well known that male dominance is prominent in the workforce across the nation. It may even be more prominent in broadcasting. A vast majority of the higher paying, more prestigious jobs belong to a male. Now, broadcasting has advanced a great deal under male supervision. However, there is a great possibility the more female directors, producers, and management types could provide a new catalyst for the broadcasting community. I'm not blaming this issue on male dominance, but rather on all genders. If men and women continually consider leadership roles devoted only to men, then this is where the mindset will stay. You may ask why women should be considered for a leadership position. However, after I explain recent research results about women having a college degree and multitasking, along with viewing our thoughts as a whole, maybe you will step back as a market and consider why women should receive the same job positions as a male. I've noticed that in this local market, we still seem to only have a couple women in director and management positions. At WCYB, there are only 2 females who hold a higher, more prestigious job title, while 6 other men hold the job titles of Senior Vice President, General Manager, Director of Sales, Director in News, and Director of Marketing. In other local stations, the number of women in management or directing roles is limited to 1 or 2. But we never seem to even our numbers or achieve high-paying jobs like our male coworkers. I sometimes ask myself why I wasn't able to receive the job of Senior Vice President or General Manager. I went to college, I studied broadcasting. Not only did I study broadcasting, but I experienced hands-on with working with the Buccaneer Sports Network, where I was director/producer of ASUN.TV. I knew my goals and I worked hard at them. I made A's and B's in all of my major courses, and I graduated with a high GPA. I found a study in an article called Benchwarming Women's Leadership that states, women actually outnumber men in college, and they have pulled ahead in master degrees and have reached equal numbers in most doctoral and first professional programs. Women also have certain websites devoted only to their line of work. One is called Women in Communications, which is a professional organization that champions the advancement of women across the communication discipline by recognizing excellence, promoting leadership, and positioning its members at the forefront of the evolving communications era. They have career connections and conferences that most women can attend. There is also the Alliance of Women Directors. They have formed a community that advances art, craft, and visibility of women directors in the world of film, new media, and television. If this is true, that more women are going to college than men, and that women also have organizations created to advance their careers even further, why then aren't women reaching for or achieving these higher paying, more prestigious job titles? The first step in changing our mindset is that women must know that they are as smart as their male coworkers. Women must understand that all the hard work we put into our college careers can be paid off if we simply strive for the goal at hand. As you all know, the job description of general manager varies over certain markets. However, the main components consist of managing and growing your certain station along with the people who work under you, reviewing current broadcast positions and operations, transmission, production, and post-production contracts and vendors, and align the organization properly with the same. They also have the job responsibility of producing news and special interest programs. With this being said, you can see that these higher paying, more prestigious jobs include a great deal of multitasking. In research I have gathered, the general consensus is that women can multitask better than men. In a study performed by Professor Keith Laws, a psychologist at the University of Hertfordshire, he states that women When women and men work on a number of simple tasks, such as searching for a key or doing easy math problems at the same time, the women significantly outperformed the men. The reason he offers is that women are able to step back from the task they are performing and reflect upon the problem or situation while juggling their other tasks. Being women and men in broadcasting, you already understand the great amount of multitasking for any job you may receive. I recently reviewed the job title for a news reporter on WCYB's webpage. We can all agree that multitasking is required in this job. However, more women flock to this area of broadcasting. When I was in college, a great amount of the women that I studied broadcasting with wanted to be news reporters. Actually, almost all of them wanted to be news reporters. I only knew a few, including myself, who wanted to be directors or producers. I'm not sure if they liked all of the job responsibilities or if they just wanted to be on TV. It could have been that their perception of women in broadcasting circled only around having an anchor position and nothing else. However, if women can multitask and efficiently perform the job responsibilities of a news reporter, which involves shooting a story, editing that story, and creating a face for television, while they are under a lot of pressure and are on call 24/7, then why can't we obtain these multitasking skills and step up the ladder to achieve these higher positions? The second way to change our mindset is to remember that women have raised the bar over men when it comes to multitasking. We can juggle a lot of tasks while remembering that each task is important. We can step back and solve problems while we continue to process the other job responsibilities at hand. Now, I have not forgotten about the men in this room. By now, you are probably thinking that I only came to speak to the women in the broadcasting industry. However, I applaud the men in this room who hold the higher paying positions. Broadcasting would not have advanced without you. I understand that for some of you, these higher paying, more prestigious jobs are merely to support your family. Or it could be that you've always dreamed of this job, that you actually enjoy all the stress, the multitasking, and always having to fix problems. The other part of you may have worked very hard for these jobs because this is what you consider a real man's job. Some of you might be pushing me away right now, saying that it's not your fault that women aren't getting or receiving these higher paying or prestigious jobs. However, I once took a class in college called Speaking for Social Change. In this class, we read a book by an author named Alan G. Johnson. In this book called Privilege, Power, and Difference, he explains that even though we may think that we are not part of a social problem, we are. Have you ever sat down with one of your female coworkers and listened to why she would like to be senior vice president or general manager? Or have you merely just pushed her away? Have you ever thought about a female in a higher position? And if so, what were your thoughts? Were they good or were they bad? Johnson also speaks about how dominant groups do not realize that privilege is a problem. You may not have even considered, why more women are not in these higher paying job positions like yourself. This is a problem, but there is a solution. If the men and women of this market can come together and realize that there is a problem, that women do have a right to have these higher paying, more prestigious jobs, that even though males have created a strong broadcasting community, women who step up could produce more ideas and create a whole new era. We are all at fault, but the last way to change this mindset is to come together and admit there is a problem and then work together to solve it. As I said earlier, without the help of male directors, producers, and management types, broadcasting would not be at the level it is now. However, I hope that you take away from this speech that women in the higher paying and more prestigious roles in broadcasting could propel broadcasting into a whole new era. Dina Dublin, who is the member of the board of directors of Microsoft and PepsiCo, states, "Diversity in leadership and openness to new perspectives is crucial for charting the course in business. Without more than symbolic representation, we risk going backward instead of forward." If women realize that going to college and achieving these high degrees can help them attain these goals of receiving a high-paying job, or that their multitasking skills has raised a bar over that of a men's, then there is only one concept left. That concept is that we, as a market, change our mindset as a whole. If we accept that all of us are a problem, but agree that we all must have a part in the solution, then this small market will become the example for bigger markets. You will be able to teach them that women do have a place in these higher paying, more prestigious jobs, and that because you have allowed this change, your market is improving. Andrea Wong, CEO and president of Lifetime Network, says, "The more women we have in leadership and decision-making positions in the media, whether they are greenlighting movies or signing news stories, the greater force all forms of media will play in transforming our world and expanding our opportunities." Thank you.